After a police shooting in Charlotte, protests have taken over the city. ENN was there and we'll have all the updates this morning.
And we took a look at a class on campus that has an average student age of 74.
And we sit down for a live interview with the new SGA freshman class president.
All that and more starts right now. ELN Morning.
From the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University's School of Communications, you're watching ELN Morning.
Good morning and happy fall. Welcome to our new home, the Williams Studio. I'm Paul LeBlanc.
And I'm Carolina Hartshorn. We are so excited to officially be back in the new studio. Paul, how's it feel to be back?
2 years in the making, I think.
Yeah.
We're finally here. We have some construction going on all around us.
There are fans. They're waiting.
Yeah, there are fans.
They're waiting to come on live.
Finally, we're here in the Williams studio.
But it's good. It's fun. I like the set. I like being back. It's going to be a good year.
Excited. Absolutely.
We have our Paige Peroso live in the studio. What protests? Paige?
Initially broke out in Charlotte after a police officer shot and killed Keith Lamont Scott on Tuesday near the UNC Charlotte campus. Protests in the city have been ongoing ever since. Elon News Network sent a team down to Charlotte last night, and what first were peaceful protests soon turned to chaos and another shooting. The night started off peaceful in uptown Charlotte.
Because we're all God's children, so all lives matter is why I'm here tonight, and I want to support them.
Signs were raised and candles were lit to remember Keith Lamont Scott, the black man who was shot and killed by Charlotte police officer Brentley Vinson on Tuesday. Vinson, a black officer, is suspended on paid administrative leave. Hundreds of members of the Charlotte community came to take part in the conversation on the second night of protests.
But it's going to take meetings, it's going to take people being open-minded, having conversations, serious conversations with things being said that may not want to be said.
This isn't our struggle, but it is our fight.
And although the beginning of the night was hopeful,
I feel great seeing people come together because people think that we can't come together without being violent, without rioting, without stealing, without looting and those types of things, and it's great to see this.
the protests quickly escalated.
I'm sick of the police shooting us for no reason.
The protests taking place in Marshall Park soon were on the move, marching down East 3rd Street. The protesters blocked traffic, with some even laying down in the street. But protesters in other parts of Charlotte were seen damaging buildings' windows, parked cars, and even starting fires. According to local officials, one man was shot and taken to the hospital last night and is in critical condition. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory responded by declaring a state of emergency and calling in the North Carolina National Guard to assist local police. Protests are expected to continue tonight.
Thanks so much, Paige. You know, that seemed pretty intense. We're really glad you came back home safe. Do you have any updates for us? What's going on now?
Well, according to city officials, the shooting that happened last night during the protest was civilian on civilian, so there were no police officers involved. And city officials will also be holding a press conference this morning at 10:30, and it will involve the mayor of Charlotte and then also the chief of police. So they'll be talking at 10:30 this morning. Right now, we don't have any updates on the condition of the shooting victim. He's still in critical condition, at the hospital. So we'll hear more about that later this afternoon. And then on Elon's campus, the Black Student Union will be holding a march this Friday at 1:30. So if people are interested in that, they can attend that.
So lots of activity, obviously. There was violent protests in Charlotte the last 2 nights. We had you and the team there last night. What are your expectations for tonight? Is it going to continue?
It might. A lot of people are expecting that it will continue. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully it settles down and there's no more violence and, violence in Charlotte. But we'll wait and see, but hopefully not.
Well, we're glad you made it back safe.
Thanks.
Thanks, Paige, for the updates and telling us about your experience. We're glad you're back. Our Avik Bhargave is live in the studio to give you the update on the gas shortage with this week's Pump Patrol. Hey, Avik.
Thanks, Caroline. Right now, there's still a shortage of gasoline affecting most of North Carolina due to a leak in Alabama. This pipeline delivered gasoline to 50 million people on the East Coast. Most gas stations near us are out of gas, and the price is climbing at stations where you can still pump. You can still get gas at the Shell on South Williamson for $2.19, which has most of its pumps open, and you can also fill your tank at the Kangaroo for $2.11. But if you were planning on going to the Citgo on South Williamson or on Haggard, those stations are still out of gas. On Tuesday, Colonial Pipeline spokesperson Steve Baker told the Associated Press that the bypass pipe is complete and company execs will allow it to start pumping gas soon. He added that it should take a few days to supply the chain to be fully operating. This means the gasoline should be restored before the weekend. Reporting in the studio, Avik Bargave, ELN Local News.
Thanks, Avik. Varsity Sports Grill is still closed on campus due to maintenance issues. Repairs are currently being made, and the restaurant plans to open as soon as possible. Stick with One News Network for the latest updates.
The popular San Mandala ceremony began yesterday at 9 a.m. in the sacred space inside Newman Lumen Pavilion. The monks participating in the ceremony are based out of Raleigh's Kadampa Center for the outreach of Tibetan Buddhism and have come to ELN the last 3 years. The monks worked most of yesterday on the mandala and will continue to do so today and tomorrow. The Truett Center staff encourages all students to stop by and watch a portion of the mandala created. Viewing begins each day at 9 a.m. The monks are expected to finish their work around noon tomorrow, and this will be followed by the closing or destruction ceremony at 3 p.m. at Lake Marynell.
Over the past 3 years, the Paraclean Scholars Class of 2017 has researched and even traveled to Namibia in South Africa. The class will travel back in January for a conference they have been organizing in food security.
And the goal is not to go in and say, this is what's ailing your country. It's saying, what do you need and how can we help and how can we work together? So that's the big goal, is to work and blend both communities. So blending the U.S. With Namibia and Namibia with the U.S.
Last night, Paraclean Scholars delivered fresh baked cookies around campus in order to pay for their trip. Cookies to go is a Paraclean tradition. Always go to fund the senior class trip. We even got some delivered right here in the studio. We're preparing for the show. For more information on the senior Paraclean Scholars and how to donate, visit their blog at paracleanscholars2017.weebly.com. I mean, that was a perfect pick-me-up.
It was great, and I feel like having that cookie last night really recharged me for this morning, and I popped right out of bed, and I was ready to get going for the day.
Couldn't agree more. Spot on.
President Leo Lambert wasn't under the Oaks Wednesday night. Instead, he was under the city lights. Alumni and supporters of the university gathered at the Waldorf Astoria for an evening at ELN to hear a campus update from President Lambert and to honor the success of students, faculty, and alums.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend around ELN, we have you covered with some events happening on campus. Tonight at 7 p.m. in LaRose Digital Theater, there will be a panel of faculty and alumni gathering to discuss systematic inequality and social justice in a forum entitled Lest We Forget. Also this evening, the Havana Club All-Stars will be performing Cuban Nights at 7:30 p.m. in McCrary Theater. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in Whitley Auditorium, voice faculty members and soprano Julie Solano Van Gordon and pianist Christy Wisserwan will be performing a number of art song pieces accompanied by texts composed by women. Finish off your weekend with a bang this Sunday at La Fiesta del Pueblo, happening all day in downtown Raleigh, featuring live music, delicious food, and fun activities. El Centro de Español will be providing free transportation to all students interested in attending this Latin festival. Stop by their office in Carlton 114 to sign up. We'll have coverage of all these events and more on elonlocalnews.com.
The new SGA freshman class president who almost wasn't.
And we show you a class with a different type of senior.
After a trip to New York City last spring, seniors Allie Lindenberg and Nicole Mulkington were inspired to create Rawthenticity, a podcast and collection of stories about creative individuals. Our Courtney Campbell found out what comes next.
Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Nicole Mulkington.
And I'm Allie Lindenberg, and this is Rawthenticity. Here at Raw, we are a community of creatives working to connect, share, and grow.
After seeing students doing creative projects, but with no place to highlight them, senior Allie Lindenberg decided to change that with the podcast Rawthenticity.
Community is something that's really important to me, and so I just came up with this idea of creating like a community of creative people.
There are currently 5 podcasts live on the site, including alumnus Casey Catelli, who is a photographer for Airbnb, but is in a transition phase with her creative process.
There's nothing glamorous about being in the in-betweens, and I think that that was just a story that people need to hear because that's going to resonate with people so much. That resonates with me on a spiritual level.
There are 4 more podcasts featuring non-ELN students ready to be published. The 2 hope to take this project beyond ELN and continue it after graduation.
I think when you find something that you're really passionate about and that you believe in and that lights you up and you have a vision for it and you also agree to work hard towards it, that it can happen.
Courtney Campbell.
Authenticity will be having a launch party September 29th at the Cooperative in Graham with live music, food, and 60 creatives in the community to build tangible relationships. All are welcome.
When you throw around the word senior on ELN's campus, you don't usually mean senior citizen. I found a program that begs to differ.
In a typical ELN class, the average age is 20 years old. In a Life at ELN class, the average age is 74.
Life at ELN is a lifelong learning program for people in the community, retired faculty and staff members and alumni who are over the age of 50. They get together for 12 weeks in the fall and 12 weeks in the spring, and we have a different class topic every week.
For $125 a year, Life at ELN participants get 24 lectures, a membership to Belk Library, and the opportunity to never stop learning.
We love to learn, and I think most of them realize that as they get older and wiser, what a benefit that is to learn.
The program is a good opportunity for older members of the community to not just learn, but make friendships.
They love it. They are definitely loyal, and they sign up for a class and they come and they make friends and they get reacquainted with friends they knew before. So they, the ones who have been in it from the beginning are a great group.
Despite the program's growth, many ELN students are still not aware of its existence.
Students do not know about it, and I'll always be like, oh, I'm going to work. And they're like, where do you work? I was like, Johnson Hall. It's, on South Campus. Like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, well, work for Life at ELN. And again, it's a, what do you do?
Mars's interactions with the program's participants have given her a new perspective.
ELN's all about diversity, but we have no age diversity on campus. And so being able to meet these people in the program really would broaden that perspectives because they have so much to offer, and I feel like we have a lot to offer them also.
With Johnston Hall just across the train tracks, students on campus should always be ready to talk to a curious, lifelong learner.
If students see these members on campus, I hope they're smiling and friendly and willing to talk to them because they like to ask questions.
The next Life at ELN class from Burlington to Hollywood, a first-hand experience, will be next week on September 28th. Program I would sign up for.
I know. Did you learn anything new while you were there?
Well, I was in and out. I was coming in and out, but a lot of people love it. A lot of people come every week.
I would do it if I lived around here when I'm older.
Yeah, perfect.
I'd be into that.
Sign me up now.
2 students are spending their semester at Disney World this fall as part of the Disney College program. It allows students to take classes at Disney University and work at the park. Senior Reagan Ogle is currently a fairy godmother in training at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in Magic Kingdom, and junior Mara Wilson is a dancer in 2 parades and was just accepted into the Christmas Castle show as a dancer.
I think it just makes you into a better person because you're going to create Disney magic for other people all day, and in return of doing that, you get it for yourself.
Both girls agree the program is a great credit to have on a resume and love the company as well.
Coming up, a healthy start to your day might be easier than you think.
It's been rainy around campus lately. We have your Phoenix 5-day forecast coming up.
If you want to try making some of your own healthy food, our Michelle Kind put together protein banana oatmeal waffles. Take a look. That looked seriously delicious. Thank you, Michelle.
And that's pretty good fall food,
It is.
right?
That's perfect fall food.
First day of fall. It's exciting.
It's not fall weather though.
I know.
It's been just so gloomy lately.
I know. I'm waiting for the leaves to start falling,
Yeah,
which will be great.
Exactly.
We have our Emmanuel Morgan live in the studio with our Phoenix 5-day forecast. Hey, Emmanuel.
Thanks, guys. It's been kind of rainy lately, but it doesn't look like it'll stop anytime soon. It'll be rainy with a high of 79 and a low of 66. We'll see a break today or tomorrow from the rain. Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 84 and a low of 64. And on Saturday, it will be sunny with a high of 90 and a low in the 60s. Sunday will start out sunny, but some late showers will creep in with a high of 79 and a low of 64. But Monday will be partly showers with 79 and a low of 66. And Tuesday, it will still be raining with a high of 81 and a low of 64. That's all I have for my weather. Back in the guys in the studio.
Thanks, Emmanuel. We sit down with the SGA president. She's only been on campus for a few weeks, but she's already making the tough choices for her class of 2020 peers. I got to know the new freshman class president.
I told my friends I was going to become a senator, and they were like, no, you have to go big or go home. So I ended up running for president, and here I am.
With so many organizations on campus, it was hard for freshman Livy Murray to decide where to get involved.
I knew that you guys had like so many different extracurricular activities and that there was going to be an organization fair, so I was like, I'm just going to wait till I actually figure it out.
But after meeting some current SGA members, Murray realized her passion is in leadership, and she's already encouraging her peers to find theirs.
Everyone has a different role to play at ELN, and the more you actually get yourself out there and you start meeting new people, the better your experience is going to be here, definitely.
You would think being president would be enough, but there is still a ton to do on her ELN bucket list.
I really want to look into the screenwriting and sort of uncover my artistic abilities, get more involved in the diversity clubs. I've always wanted to become an RA.
And most importantly,
decide on my major.
But for now,
I just kind of like to get through being class of 2020 SGA president.
And we have Livy here in the studio with us today. Thank you so much for coming back to talk to us.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Excited to have you.
So first off, let's just start with how has it been these first couple of weeks? What's it like?
It has been amazing. I have never felt so welcomed by so many awesome people. Everyone here is so nice, and the weather here is wonderful. It's
not today so much. Let's hope that turns around.
Yeah.
So take us through the as the results were coming in. What was going through your head? Can you take us through that?
I was nervous. I can't explain how nervous I was. Like, I was physically shaking. I actually didn't think I was going to win being SGA president. I was talking to my dad like a few minutes before I went to the meeting where I found out. And I was like, I don't really think I won, but, I tried my best. Like, I know for a fact I tried my best. And when I actually found out, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like hugging everyone, and I was like, thank you so much. I felt so honored. It was the best feeling ever.
So what are you looking forward to the next 4 years, or at least this year as the SGA president?
Right. I think definitely bringing everyone together as a community. I'm definitely looking forward to meeting all of the freshman class. I haven't had a chance to do that, and just connecting with people and finding out what their interests are, and just having a great freshman year. I think that's definitely one of my priorities.
We're excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us.
We appreciate it.
We are really happy for you, and we wish you the best of luck with your new position.
Thank you so much, guys.
That's all we have for today, but make sure to keep up with all the news you need to know. ELN Radio broadcasts tomorrow on WSOE 89.3 at 12:30, and we're back in the studio on Monday with ELN Local News at 6 on Channel 5.
The ELN Local News online exclusive will be posted on our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, Tuesday. The latest issue of The Pendulum comes out Wednesday morning on newsstands all over campus.
And we will see you back here next Thursday at 9:50.
Until then, you can keep up with us on Twitter and Facebook at ELN Morning.
Thanks so much for waking up with us, ELN.